What's up, guys? I'm LQ. This is the LQ Review. Thank you so much for joining me here at my YouTube channel. This is where I talk about all the geeky, nerdy stuff that I love to talk about. Movies, video games, comic books, and TV shows. And right now I want to talk to you guys about the new film called Prey. This is a lion attack film. Kind of. So I watched it on Hulu, I think. It was either Hulu or Peacock. I think it was Hulu. But this film is about a couple of missionaries, husband and wife, who are trying to get out of Africa and back home, and they end up hitching a ride with a person that they thought was just a pilot. Turns out he's a smuggler. He smuggles rhinoceros horns and things like that out of the country, and the plane is overweight, and it crashes in a wildlife preserve in Africa, full of lions and hyenas and things like that. The wife, played by Mina Suvari, is injured, and they have to figure out how to survive. At one point, they think they're going to walk out of there, and they have to come back because they took a wrong way, and they come up with another plan to walk out of there. So that they're having these plans that aren't always going to plan, and then they have to make a readjustment. Meanwhile, they're in the middle of this African wildlife preserve with lions who have caught their scent. And there's also rebel factions out there who, would not be happy to find them out there. So there's a lot of challenges for these people out there as they are trying to survive this plane crash, being stranded out here in this African no man's land. So if you're getting into this movie for animal violence, carnage, candy, things of that nature, there is a body count here from the lions, but it's all done off screen. You don't see any of the attacks happen on screen. You see some of the aftermath, blood splatters on the ground, claw marks, things like that, but you don't see the actual attacks. They all happen off screen, where there's this one really effective scene in the movie where they know they have to spend the night, and there's enough room in the cockpit just for 3 people. So three people lock themselves in the cockpit. They have to draw straws. 3 people lock themselves in the cockpit, and then 1 person has to stay out and try to keep the fire going to keep the lion away, and hopefully that person will survive till morning. Well, the person doesn't survive, and we hear him get killed, but we don't see it. It's something that we experience through the people who are locked inside the cockpit. It's an effective scene, to be sure, especially when the lions realize that there's people in the cockpit and they're trying to get in. Very effective. Very tense. But again, this movie doesn't have any of that animal attack violence that you'd expect in a movie like this. So some people might be put off by that. I still found this to be an effective thriller. I found it to be, there were tense moments. There were moments where I wasn't sure who would live and who would die. There are some surprises as far as who dies. The best character in this film is the smuggler himself, played by Emile Hirsch. He starts out the movie as kind of a scoundrel. Smuggler, scoundrel. But he starts out the movie as kind of a scoundrel, and he has a character arc where he actually becomes a good person at the end of the movie, and makes some selfless decisions near the end of the movie. And he is the one who drives most of the action and most of the survival, so to speak. The survival action. So I would go positive on this movie. I would give it a thumbs up. But if you're someone who wants to come watch this strictly for the animal carnage, you're not going to get that. This is more of what you're hearing is scaring you more than what you're seeing. Kind of Hitchcockian. I mean, it's not, but I guess a little Hitchcockian in that sense. So yeah, I would go positive on this, but I want you to go in, if you do decide to watch this movie, I want you going in with the correct expectations. So yeah, it was a fun watch. So that's my take on Prey. Did you watch it? Do you like animal attack movies like this? Let's talk about it in the comments below. While you're down there commenting, subscribe to my channel, and until next time, we'll see you guys later.